Kahalalima Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua Bahasham Rachakodash and double on Instagram as apostles. Thought Yahushua for giving me the strength in order to make this video as well. And shalom to the Akim out there who are still pushing this truth, making up their videos, or going out there in the houses and bars and preaching, man. Thought Yahushua for the strength for giving you Akim the strength as well. To continue pushing this truth. But yeah, the lesson today is we have the ultimate perspective. Because nowadays, as we just really going straight to the point, is the fact that right here, right now, as Yahushua has given us the opportunity to then know this truth, the things we have a perspective of which not those of the world don't have. They may know a few things, of what goes on in the background, with Esau and his evils in the background, when you go into the conspiracy videos as well. But of course, we have the ultimate perspective, meaning we really have, the way, some people may have a narrow perspective, and some people may be an even wider one of the world. And you have the servants of Yahweh Shem Yashai who pretty much know the whole thing really. Obviously, really the ultimate degree according to Yahweh's will. Because ultimately, Yahweh Shai, they really have the ultimate perspective. But we know in this world right now, the servants of Yahweh Shem Shai in the world have the ultimate perspective. Because they're the ones who know how things are going to play out, man. The way this system is going right now, the hyperinflation to come, the signals of famine, the signals of Jacob's trouble to come as well, as prophecies say. And obviously all these signs as well, of which Yahushua said in Matthew 24, the things we know that these are indicators for the time to come, which will then lead to the mark of the beast, and from the mark of the beast, eventually to the nuclear missiles to start being released, and World War III, man, and eventually to that final moment of transition to Yahushua's kingdom, which is literally World War III, when those nuclear missiles be coming up, the chariots coming to execute the salvation of the elect, Yahweh Shem Yashai Ratazah, that will be worthy as well to be part of that group, part of the group of the elect. So man. So really, it's just a matter of realizing that we have this blessing, man, that Yahushua has given us, that we have the ultimate perspective here, because it will then help us to actually have wisdom to then navigate as we also use this world, man. So, let's see, let me get the first scripture. And of course, though we have the ultimate perspective, it does not mean that those of the world will understand it, man, because it's not for them to actually have that ultimate perspective. Because really, that having that perspective of how things will go, the wider lens of things, that's really the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yashai being bestowed upon you, man. Which again, I keep saying that's a blessing from Yahushua, man, from Yahweh Shem Yashai. So let me get the first scripture. Okay, coming. Though it be wisdom to us, because the wisdom of the world is really the foolishness of the. Let me actually get the scripture Salak here before I butcher it by accident. So 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19. Wait, let me type it again, Salak here. Because I think it's the wisdom of the world is foolishness to the Most High. So to Yahweh. So let me get it. So this is 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So of course, the point being that whatever type of wisdom people may have according to the world, that is still a narrow perspective, man. That is still a narrow perspective. They don't know how the wisdom of the world, which again is just foolishness and vanity anyways, as the scriptures say here, then goes into the grand scheme of things, which is, the perspective of Jacob's trouble, the mark of the beast, the world wars, the nuclear missiles mentioned in Joel 2 as well, and of course all the other prophecies that Yahushua mentioned again in Matthew 24 are signs to then watch out for before, Yahushua then comes to then save his elect, man. So that's ultimately that's that ultimate perspective, and obviously the other prophecies and scriptures, the key scriptures mentioned within the scriptures, mentioned within the scriptures, man, of which we need to know for the times to come. As the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. But we're not talking about the wisdom and knowledge of the world. But we're talking about the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which is the scriptures that He's given us. So let me get that one first before I get to another scripture. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thine times. Alright, so it's Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So of course we know that this, as I said before, the wisdom is based upon the scriptures, man. What you know upon the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, how that's going to contribute, how that's going to help, because in the time to come, as the scriptures say, as Yahshua said in Revelation 2, that some of you shall be casted into prison. So of course in that time that we're going to be casted into prison, well, some of us brothers, we're going to need to be meditating upon precepts, man, to uplift us, man. The ones that will really uplift us in the time to come, to help us to keep enduring whatever affliction that we're going to be suffering in that prison cell, man. Because it's not going to be easy. Like, you don't know what type of torture we may have to suffer through for the time being, until Yahweh Shem Yahshua, bestows spiritual power and start annihilating Yahweh Ratazah. But of course, the will be done for each brother, and that's depending on Yahweh Shem Yahshua as well. So let's get. And I think I read Isaiah 33 verse 6 about wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And going into the link in scripture, it's not even, verse 10. Revelation 2 verse 10 says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So of course, key part here is fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, man. So, the scripture says a light affliction here, man. Because really, the reason you can literally just seeing the fact that it's only just years, just a limited amount of years of suffering compared to eternity, which is everlasting life, man. Everlasting life is just the difference between that, the amount of years, and the gap between the gap with eternity is just gonna keep growing. It's just gonna keep growing. Then you have the gap of which we had that light affliction, man, back in the world. Where we're in these carnal bodies right now. That is one perspective right here, of which is nothing to be compared with the glory to come, man. So of course, really, we shouldn't have much of a reason, especially when the faith is rooted in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We really should have that fearless mindset, really, in terms of oriented by Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We should have that fearless mindset, man. Fear, Revelation 2 verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Which again, in order to also build that fearless mindset against the world and against the beast system to come, which obviously is all being set in place with all these different technologies and infrastructure is coming into place. So with all of that coming then to build up that beast system, we're gonna need to build up that fearless mindset, man. Well, again, guided by Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which really is by studying the scriptures, studying the Arkin videos, getting the breakdowns, of course, getting the right understanding, man, which we're gonna need during these times to come. So again, fear none of those things, Revelation 2 verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So of course, in that time of prison, we don't know what type of affliction we may have to suffer, man. Some kind of torture, physical, whether it be physical, mental, Yahweh Shemi Asharatazar, we can go through it, man. We've got to pray and keep meditating upon those precepts, man, because that's literally going to be our strength, our strength and stability, our wisdom and stability. Yeah, it says, let me actually get it again. Let me get it again. I think it's Isaiah 33 verse 6. Yeah, Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is his treasure. So of course, it's all about having the fear, having the knowledge, and having the wisdom, which again comes from the scriptures, praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, doing the works in order to please Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and to just keep going, man. Until the time comes where it's like the famine of the world hits, or get casted into prison. So we've got to keep enduring, man. So ultimately, going back to the scriptures, going back to the topic, we got the ultimate perspective. And by having the ultimate perspective here, we know that these other heathen nations as well, whatever they say is vain anyways. Speaking of vain, vanity as well, let me get this one. Galatians 6 verse 9, I think. Actually, it's not 6 verse 9, it's something earlier. Oh, can't hear. This is it. This is really, it pertains to Israel as well. It pertains really to Israel anyways, because the scriptures focus on Israel. But, you can apply it to the heathen as well, man. It says, Galatians 6 verse 3, for if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So, of course, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is of course, that we got the ultimate perspective, man, in order to then reach that salvation. The thing is, if we're then in that position, compared to the heathen ain't got nothing on them. They ain't got nothing. Because they may be priding themselves, you got Ishmael, with their flipping idol, trusting in their nonsense, which obviously they think that they're all wise and big. They think they got their own big perspective, but really they have nothing. They have vanity. The scripture said the idols of the heathens are, the gods of the heathens are idols, man. So that's pretty much it, man. So them heathens, you are thinking themselves to be something, they're worshipping the flipping right power. No, they're not. They're worshipping an idol, man. That's the honest spiritual truth, which they're going to find out soon as well. And of course, in the time to come, when the spiritual power comes as well, that's when the heathens are going to be shamed. They're going to be humbled as well, man. They're going to be humbled. Obviously, we're going through our own refinement phase right now. But then after our refinement phase, when Yahweh Hashem Yahshua bestows that power, of course, Yaharatazar, I'll be worthy. And of course, thou can be worthy. And of course, all the brothers is worthy. Up from the apostles on down to the brothers as well in this truth. Yaharatazar, the humble is going to happen, man, to these heathens. So again, Galatians 6 verse 3, for if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And of course, most of these heathens as well, when they serve their own idols and they pride themselves upon a vain entity, you can't see, it ain't got no life, it can't think, literally just stone, wood, or whatever you want to call it. It's vain, it's nothing. Worthlessness, insanity, really. All of that pride is just vain anyways from the heathen's end, man. So of course, he deceiveth himself. So of course, the heathens deceive themselves as well. And of course, not all of them know it. Some of them know it, but they keep going in that ignorance. While majority of them, they really keep going anyways. Because, that's just what the Most High program within them to do. But again, the humbling is going to happen, man. Whether they like it or not. Alright, so let me get another one too. Better wrap up soon to this video. Okay. Alright, yeah, let me get 041 verse 21. You always have to remember, man, if Yahweh Shemashai gave us this perspective, and of course the world disregards it as well, it just shows you how carefully hidden it is as well. Argument out there just saying the truth, man. Argument out there just saying the truth out there in the streets. People just passing by, heathens passing by, Jake passing by like it's nothing, you know. But really, that's the value of that is, when they say something's invaluable, that's basically the truth, man. You can't assign a flipping carnal value to the truth. That's a high value. What is it? It's a high value. Okay, let's apply it carnally. It's like a high value product that we have in our hands, man. But really in our minds, a high value skill that we got in our minds, or knowledge that we got in our minds. That's what the truth is. But anyways, let me get this scripture. Isaiah 41 verse 21. And all these other heathen nations does distractions and vanity to ultimately summarize what they believe in. Wait, what was it again? Wait. So, okay. I thought I had it. No. Okay, wait. Remember these things. Remember these things. I should be here somewhere, man. Israel is my servant or something like that. So Yakim. Just trying to get the scripture. And that time to come where it's those who hold the perspective. Yahweh Tazar again, that we be worthy of Yahweh Shemashah's mercy. Then, of course, the time to come is going to be known who has that ultimate perspective. Who has that covering of Yahweh Shemashah over them in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, just wait. What in the world? Okay, wait. Isaiah 41 verse 21, was that something else? Yeah, sorry, I not forget Israel. Okay. Israel is my servant. If I can't get this one, I'll just get another one, and then, we'll close that eventually. Maybe it's in 49. I actually got no idea. So lucky I can probably just get the other preset that I prepared for this video. I mean, speaking of presets, I'm just gonna get this one out because I can't find that specific preset that I was gonna get, based on the fact that Israel is Yahweh's servant, man. And of course, Yahweh isn't gonna forget about Israel. Well, let me just read this. So Isaiah 41 verse 10, fear thou not, again referring to Revelation 2 verse 10 as well. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So, of course, again, these are the type of precepts of which we need to start meditating upon in the time to come in Jacob's trouble, man. Or, in our moments of affliction, this is what we meditate upon, of which Yahweh Shemashah is always backing us. He's always backing us. You got Isaiah 41 verse 10, that one that I just read just now. It says, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. I uphold thee. So of course, through Yahweh Hashem Yeshua's power, that's how we're gonna have the strength in order to go through this season of affliction. So that's pretty much the point proven right there, Akim. We have the ultimate perspective. They don't. And they, meaning the heathens and those of the world, they don't have the ultimate perspective. No matter how much knowledge they have in the world, no matter how much skill they have in the world, whatever resources they got in the world, whatever position that they're in the world, it's all worthlessness at the end of the day. They ain't got the ultimate perspective, and it's not going to help them in whatever they know of the world. It's not going to help them in a time to come where, if you're not with Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you're finished. If you are with Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you're covered. And Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Ratazah, that we're all covered as well, man. I'm speaking to the Arkim that are speaking this truth, doing the work consistently, and of course, that are in the truth, man. Of course, preaching the scriptures as well in a truthful manner, as the apostle has broken down the scriptures for us as well. And yeah, anyways, so let me get I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, one more. Isaiah 30 verse 20, and I'll close out from there. Talking about our eyes shall see our teachers again, because they're the ones who broke down the truth through us, because always the Spirit worked through them, and obviously the teaching then came to us, and obviously for those who had ears to hear, they then got the understanding. Okay, so Isaiah 30 verse 20. Isaiah 30 verse 20. Right. Okay. This is it right here. Okay, Isaiah 30 verse 20. And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Which again, you see the apostles right there in the houses and bars. You see, your elders and your elder brothers, your elders in the houses and bars preaching, making videos, which you have constant access to multiple breakdowns, multiple teachings, to keep learning from. And of course, as the scriptures say, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, man. It says, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, man. So there won't be a time where it's like, no one's going to be available to teach, man. But this is the time before the famine of the word comes, man. So I've got to grasp it whilst we have the opportunity. But yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Ratazah, you all came edified. So, the video, we got the ultimate perspective, they don't. And ultimately, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the point proven in the video. But yeah, Yahweh Ratazah, you came out edified, taught well. And yeah, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah, Kahala Limla, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rahak Wadash. And double on the script, most of the apostles as well. Shalom.